Good evening, everyone. Dirshad, am I to go ahead?
Yes, Vimuri, you can proceed.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Vymuri. I'm from Candy, from Wow World of Wonders. So, today I would like to share my presentation. Just give me a second. So, I would like to present experiential learning, learning by doing. So, we are going to talk about this based on the housework challenge done at Wow World of Wonders. So, starting off, what is experiential learning? The simplest way to put it is to say that it is learning by doing. So, what we can do, we can learn. For example, telling is not always the way to go. You can't tell somebody how to ride a bicycle or how to swim. You've got to experience it, you've got to do it. You have to try it, you've got to fall, you've got to try again. So, basically, that is what experiential learning means. So, there is a four-stage cycle where we first have to experience. You need to give children experiences so that they can then observe the changes that are taking place. So once there is an experience, there will be an observation, and you will review this experience that you have faced. Then you will conceptualize it, concluding from the experience what happened, what are the changes that took place. And then from there onwards, you can experiment. So the four steps are experience, observation, conceptualize, and experiment. We try out using the ideas that we have learned. Now, Colette came up with the theory on experiential learning. So there is a cycle where we have concrete experiences which lead to reflective observations. This in turn leads to abstract uh, and then we come to active experimentation. Now, this is a cycle of learning, it is continuous. There is no beginning, there is no end. One leads to another, and it keeps on happening throughout our lives. A very simple way to put this is to give the child an experience of a very hot mug. So they will observe the heat on their skin when they try to touch it. And once they observe it, they will conceptualize and say, okay, a hot mug is something that you should not touch. And then they will try to experiment. So, how can I touch this? Do I have to hold it from the handle, which is cooler? Or do I have to use something else? So, again, we will come to the beginning where you will try to hold it with maybe a glove on, and that is the new experience. So, we can see this cycle of experiential learning taking place here. So, taking this learning method, we at WOW decided to give children a new experience. Why give children homework when we can give them housework? We found a few problems taking place. One was children not knowing what to do when they were at home, parents struggling with worksheets and homework assignments that were sent, parents not really knowing how to keep their children occupied while they had housework to do. So we thought the solution would be to give the children housework as their homework. So we made a 3-month plan where every week the child had to complete one housework task. So, for example, we can see it started off with help make the bed. And once they did this, the parents had to send in photographs and anecdotes of what it was like at home. So we had a pre-test questionnaire also sent to them, and the teachers also checked the children's basic skills in the term prior to restarting this. And once they did these activities, washed their serviette, sort the vegetables after shopping, we then had a post test where we checked what changes had taken place. So there were lots of outcomes, especially the teachers and the parents had positive ideas to give once we had completed the 3 months. The most basic of them was parents said that now homework time became family time. It was something that everybody looked forward to. Before, homework was a tedious task that children didn't want to do, parents didn't want to do. It was just something that, was part of the worst part of the day. But now homework was the fun part of the day, where everybody got together and they shared their ideas, they collaborated, children felt that they were important, that they had a say in what was going on, and the environment at home also changed because of this. There was a 90% improvement of children's independent skills that were tested. For example, dressing themselves. Were they able to pack their lunches after eating in school? Could they tie the serviettes? Could they clean up after themselves? So their basic life skills improved by a great 90%. And something that we were very, very happy with is that parents told us that screen time came down by 80%. If children were spending, say, 2 to 2.5 hours watching some type of screen, either television, laptop, or mobile phones, because parents found it difficult to keep them occupied while they had all the household chores to do, the children were given some type of electronic device to keep them quiet. But now they were part of this. They were with the parents. So this was a great success we felt because children were now asking, what can we do? How can we help? Rather than battling it out with the parents asking for phones to play games or to watch cartoons on. So experiential learning is not only about doing things and having fun. It's the basic foundation for lots of the great subjects that we have to learn, like mathematics, science, geography. So this is building the foundation for love for learning for all of these subjects. Now, this quote came back from one of the parents in our post-test questionnaire, and it kind of summed up the whole thing that we did. They said that they finally understood what holistic education meant. It was just a word, it was something that educators spoke and parents didn't know what it was. So, the true understanding holistic education, where you are developing not only the head, the intellect, the hand, the skills, but now the heart as well. Because there were lots of value education in this. There were activities where the children had to work with pets, they had to work with their grandparents, they had to look after the environment, they had to take care of recycling. So there were lots of values that were inculcated and instilled in the children at this point with these activities. So the key takeaways would be experiential learning is hands-on learning. You learn by doing. You can take a book, you can take an idea, and then you can see how you can use this theory in your day to day lives. It's not then only something that you have to write, it's not something you have to memorize, it's something that is part of you. It's also fun. Children at preschool age, especially, are very sensorial. They love to play. So, this technique is very easy to adapt to them, and they can automatically be learning but not be knowing that they are learning. It's really fun. And then chores don't become a chore, chores become part of their life. So children don't think, oh, I have to arrange something, I have to wash a plate, I have to do this. Life at home becomes much more peaceful. Life at home becomes a very happy place to be in. So we as educators, we as parents have a very big question to ask. How can we use experiential learning to make learning less of a task, less of a trouble, a burden? And can we make learning more of an adventure? So thank you very much. I hope that that was a basic introduction to experiential learning. I would love to answer any questions that you would have at this point. Thank you.
Thank you, Vimuri. It was very great and excellent research I have ever heard. So, any teachers, if you have any questions or feedback, you can give.
Yes, thank you so much. Memory was so clear. So we learned now what is experiential learning, and the examples which you have given, we can apply in our schools as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shazna. Thank you so much for your feedback. So that's all from me, I think. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a really great evening. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.